Hello, everyone. I'm back. Yep, it's Robert Landau, Live Life Well TV host, with another episode of a very popular trivia show here on Live Life Well TV called Did You Know? If we haven't met, my name is Robert Landau to be specific, and I am honored to be your Live Life Well TV host. Without any further ado, let's begin with this episode of Did You Know? Did you know, folks, that the word checkmate in chess actually comes from the Arabic shahmat, which means the king is dead? Did you know that Russia and Japan unbelievably have not signed a peace treaty to end World War II? Strange as it may sound, a formal peace treaty between the Soviet Union, of course subsequently Russia, and Japan has still not been signed. The main stumbling block to improving relations between the two in the post-war period has been the territorial dispute over something called the Kurils, K-U-R-I-L-S, and those are known as Japan's northern territories. That dispute is holding it up. Well, you know what? How about it, guys? We're waiting. Next up, folks, did you know that potatoes happen to have more chromosomes than us humans do? How about that? Did you know, I love this one, that in the United Kingdom, the Queen cannot be arrested no matter what crime she commits? Here's why. The Crown itself happens to be the prosecuting force in the UK, and hence the Crown cannot verse the Crown itself. The other members of the royal family do not share that same immunity, though, so they better be very careful. Ah! Did you know, I love this one too, that in 2011, Barack Obama became the first US president to have ever brewed beer in the White House. The beer is named White House Honey Ale. Who knew? Who knew? And did you know that there happens to be a phobia called the Jonah complex, which causes a person to fear their own success, literally preventing them from reaching their full potential? Did you know that the one and only Arnold Schwarzenegger was paid a whopping $15 million in the second of his Terminator films, in which he only spoke a grand total of 700 words? That's not a lot at a cost worked up by his famous line, "Hasta la vista," which cost, with those 700 words and such, $85,000. Hasta la vista cost $85,000. That's how much Schwarzenegger was paid to say just that line. We should all be Hollywood actors and actresses, huh? Did you know that jousting is the official state sport of Maryland? Did you know that a blue whale can consume 480 million calories of food in a single dive? Wow. I think I'm going to create something called the Blue Whale Diet. It'll be a #1 New York Times bestseller. And then I can appear in a Terminator film and get paid $85,000 just to say, "Hasta la vista, baby." Did you know that there are only two parts on the human body that never stop growing? And they happen to be the ears and the nose. So there you go. Did you know, this is very interesting. Did you know that in Bern, Switzerland, there is a 500-year-old statue of a man eating a sack of babies, and nobody knows exactly why? Did you know that koi fish can live for quite a long time? So with that in mind, get this. The oldest koi to have ever lived was named Hanako, that lived, get this, for 225 years before it passed. You can't make this stuff up, folks. I'm still thinking about that $85,000 and what I'm going to do with it. Did you know that the French language Scrabble world champion doesn't actually speak French? Nigel Richards memorized the entire French Scrabble dictionary, which contains no less than 386,000 words. And he memorized the entire dictionary in only 9 weeks, never knowing French. Wow. Did you know that women have been using pregnancy tests since 1350 BC? Get that for a minute, huh? Women back then used to pee on wheat and barley seeds to determine if they were pregnant or not. If wheat grew, it predicted a female baby, where if barley grew, it predicted a male. The woman was not pregnant if nothing grew. This theory, this true fact and theory, was tested and proved accurate 70% of the time. How about that? Did you know that Martin Luther King Jr. got a C in public speaking? Unbelievable. I think he was one of the greatest speakers, motivators, and inspirers of all time. What a brilliant man. Did you know that the temperature of tennis balls affects how a ball bounces? Wimbledon in the UK goes through 50,000 tennis balls a year that are kept at 68 degrees Fahrenheit to make sure only the best tennis balls are used. Did you know that campanology is the fine art of bell ringing? Campanology, how about that? Did you know that popes can't be organ donators because their entire body has to be buried intact, as it belongs to the Universal Catholic Church? Did you know that you can create 170,000 pencils from one average-sized tree? Did you know that 90% of the Earth's ice is in Antarctica? Did you know that in Italy, the richest business is the mafia that turns over no less than $178 billion a year, which is 7% of the country's gross domestic product? Somehow, that doesn't surprise me. And with that, we have only two more did you knows left. Here's the second to last one. Did you know that the words Tokyo, Beijing, and Seoul all translate to the word capital in English? And last but certainly not least, before I take my leave of you in this episode, is this. Did you know, folks, that the sound you hear when you put a seashell next to your ear is not the sea, but the blood running through your veins? Wow. I don't know about you, but that really was an interesting episode of Did You Know? And you know what? I got news for you. There are many more to come, so be sure to tune in for the next one. And also, before I leave, very important announcement, don't only continue to watch this show series, Did You Know? There are also many other wonderful shows that I create for you each and every week on this channel, Live Life Well TV. Shows of different topics that I think will truly interest you. So get your activity director or you yourself to watch not only the next in this series of Did You Know trivia shows, but all series of shows, because they are put up here for you and your enjoyment. All on Live Life Well TV. This has been Robert Landau, Live Life Well TV host. Looking forward to seeing you not only on the next episode of Did You Know, but all episodes of all shows on Live Life Well TV. And they didn't have to pay me $85,000 just to say those words. I'll see you soon. Thanks so much for spending time with me.